What's your take on the name change of Twitter?
Oh god. Can we do that after we go live?
We are live.
Oh, we are live?
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't see it. I don't know exactly what to make of it. I get the intent. If you've been paying any sort of attention to exactly like what Elon wants to do as far as application goes, like he wants some kind of universal application for all sorts of things. So the name change makes sense, but it's also like why? Because if you want universal applications, but you're also in support of some level of decentralization, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't use Twitter anyway, or X as it is now.
Oh. Pogong from Facebook. How's it going? King Cobra, did you change your name again? It's been a while. What's up? We're just waiting at the bus stop again. Last time we went to that zombie island. That wasn't fun. In fact, I hated it. Yep. Not a big fan of that one. That's actually noise. That was the second game where I got motion sickness. The first one was that village.
What do you mean village?
Should have been there. It was like this Resident Evil village.
Oh. Didn't you get motion sickness in Minecraft, dude?
No, I did not.
You did.
I didn't get motion sickness in Minecraft. I've been playing it for years.
No, it was that what was it? It was test pack please ignore. It was that Tech It mod.
I don't know. I remember we first tried to play that, we just couldn't play it because it was like too.
No, you could play it just fine. I was the one that couldn't play it. Like I couldn't even load into that mod pack.
Like I said, we couldn't play it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's the.
Yeah, because if you can't play it, I can't play it. That's what I'm. That's all.
Well,
I
mean, you could have played it solo, to be fair, but
nah, it's not the same. It's not the same. If you can't play a fun game without your boys, what's a game, right?
I love you too.
What is a game?
Bro.
Let's see. I never did like the outside. You know, I prefer to stay inside. Bowler, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. From wherever. I honestly can't see where that came from. King Cobra says, how have you been doing? Have you been doing well? I've been doing great. I've been sleeping up to the point you last saw me. Just been sleeping for years. Like a sleeping giant. Now I'm awake because something happened. Something happened. Where? There you are. Oh, a follow from Twitch. Thank you very much, Bowler. Bull R Lar. Bowler. Look, I'm gonna call you Bowler. How about that? Your noise. Have you seen Fantastic Planet? It's a French film.
No, of course I haven't. I don't associate with the French. I'm Serbian, dude.
It's
I
a
don't
good.
associate with the French.
It, it's a it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's so good that I'm thinking about uh asking the bookkeeper to get me the comic book adaptation of it. The problem is it's all in French. France. Pants.
French.
It's all in pants.
It's all in
It's all in pants. It's all in pants, right?
What, you can't read French? Yeah, sleep is important.
No, I can't.
Cobra. Sleep is very important.
Yeah, very true. It's so important that the moment you wake up from sleep, you want to go right back to sleep. But it's all in pants, and I have to take out a phone and translate it. Okay, which thank goodness Androids have this like the Google little translator with the camera on it, which I didn't know existed until today.
Yeah, that was so. A little story about that. I used to play, and would still like to, but I used to play a lot of rhythm games at the arcade. And one of the games was like not translated at all. It was Sound Voltex 4. So all of the like control buttons and everything, like all the menu options, they were all in Japanese. And I couldn't read them. Like I didn't know what anything did. So I was sitting there with my phone with that translate application out, like kind of moving it back and forth because it wouldn't catch the screen properly. And every now and again, it would give me like a word, and I'm like, oh, that's the lead-in time for the notes. And then that option is like song difficulty selection. And so I kind of eventually pieced it together. But yeah, that kind of stuff is tremendously helpful. It's not very accurate, but it's accurate enough.
When you told me that you played like the beat games, I'm like, what? like really? That actually that was like it wasn't too shocking, but it was shocking because it was I realized that was one thing one of many things I'm sure that I never knew about you, that you like the beat games. I didn't know that. I thought it was like League of Legends, which is a great game, but we should play that someday.
I mean, I like basically any game that takes a lot of diligence to play.
Brain power.
Not necessarily brain power, right? Because there's a lot of games that take brain power. Power,
But
yeah.
what?
Brain power that I cannot be bothered to play. It's more about like, okay, how much work does it actually take to be good at this, and then how much time?
Yeah. Okay. What do you think of the Kick? Because Kick just see, you're not in the streaming universe, but like Kick came out, Kick.com came out to try to compete with Twitch, but what also came out to try to compete with Twitch was what was another one? It was D Live. PewDiePie got on that for a hot second. And, it's it's where it is now. No one really talks about it, but right now I'm streaming to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places at once. Technically 7, but and D Live is one of them. But I don't really hear people talk about D Live. I hear everyone talk about Kick.
I mean,
so I feel like
I've always been
kind of dropped.
Well, you know this. I've always been kind of on the periphery of streaming. Like every now and again, I'm well, like in this case, I'm some sort of co-host, I guess.
Yep.
Or I'll be like a moderator, or I'll be involved in like some level of direction in like a stream. And a while ago, I don't know if you remember, but like nobody thought that anything was going to replace livestream.com before Twitch became a thing. Like everybody just thought like, hey, livestream.com it's the thing. And then like Twitch came around and it was like, the hell is this thing? Like, it doesn't have any of the
Hmm.
features that livestream.com has. Um, and I don't even know if it was livestream.com. I don't think it was .net or anything, but it was livestream something. And Twitch overtook that after kind of a long while. Like, I think Twitch had been around for a couple of years before it just completely overtook livestream. So I think Twitch is eventually going to get subsumed by something. I just don't know what it is. I do know that Twitch's moderation policy and general way that they do things is vastly inferior to some of the up and comers, but it's like, can you capture the audience and the feature base that you actually need in time to overtake Twitch? But it will happen
Oh,
eventually. I just don't know what it's going to be.
that it's gonna be like a pretty interesting because like love it or hate it, Twitch has a lot of interesting function. It's just how much garbage do you want to wade through? Do you want to like to use that functionality, which makes it kind of bit of a pain in the butt.
Well, Twitch also suffers from enough corporate bloat from being owned by Amazon. Like, I have some insight into the total developmental capacity of Twitch. Like, there are way more people actually working on the code base and like the planning and everything than most of the competitors. But the problem is, like, in software engineering in general, having a larger team usually doesn't mean a richer feature base. And they just, like, in cases like that, you get overtaken by a smaller, newer team.
Oh, King says the last live stream I caught was when you were playing Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a great game. It's a really good game. I still haven't beat it. In fact, I don't think I even came close to beating that game.
I do
But
have to throw in that I played a little bit of Ring recently.
what do you think?
I I don't think it was as good as Sekiro, which I think immediately preceded Elden Ring. As far as, well, not immediately, but preceded Elden Ring as a From Software property. It was an incredible game. I didn't quite get the same atmospheric feeling from Elden Ring as I did from Sekiro.
Oh, I've never played that one. I've seen it played. I watched another content creator play that one, but
Yeah, if you enjoyed
I
Elden
didn't
Ring, you absolutely have to play
Mhm.
Sekiro. Yeah,
Really.
I think it's mandatory. I think there should be a law enforcing that.
I wonder if this game will be. I wonder how it adds up because it's a new game. I've never
Yeah,
played
and
it.
it's also From Software.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm ready.
We'll
Ready to do
dive
this
into it.
game. Ooh, I have an idea.
Just make sure that I can actually see it.
Right. Oh, I have the like. Oh, you probably can't see it because I haven't minimized. Probably. Yeah.
The stream ended on Discord. It just like died.
Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. It's it stops when I have it minimized for whatever reason. Okay. Second. Yeah, I haven't did a like a like a live show in like I think like around the beginning of this month actually. That's wild.
Oh, you've played Sekiro, Cobra?
No, I haven't played that, but I
Not
think
you. I said
the
Cobra.
No, 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 no.
Right.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Looking at something else.
I feel like Sekiro mastered the like parrying aspect, because with a lot of the even the regular enemies, but especially the bosses, you actually feel like you have to stay in combat and like whittle them down quite a bit before you can get the. I think they're. I don't know if they're called vitals. Um,
If you had to stream it, I mean not stream it. If you had to rate it, what would you give it?
like solid 8 out of 10.
A solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to get a 10 as far as games go for me personally.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're stingy with your tens. I give them away like candy. Boom.
Bruh. Yeah, no, there are some sections where it's like, okay, God, why do I have to do this? You know, like kind of obnoxious fetch quests that get thrown in there, and it's like, okay, well, I have to run over to this place for no real good reason, with the only saving grace being that it's a new area and the atmosphere is fantastic because it's from software. Um, and then there's boss fights where like the counterplay could, oh, you think 9 out of 10, do you? Okay. I mean, I can see a rationality for 9 out of 10, but the sporadic nature of the story at some points is it's a little bit much, and then there's some clarity issues with some of the fights, but
Isn't it like something to do with like some little boy who's like the head or the last heir to something
uh
for the story for that game or something?
yeah, yes. I mean, he's more of a like story. He's an element of the story.
Piece.
He's not like, well, I guess he is kind of a core feature, but when you know about like archetypes and stuff, he's basically just like, he's an archetype of the benevolent master, basically.
Oh. All right. Things good. All right. How's that?
Yep. We got this.
Okay. And
Armored Core
let's get started.
by 6.
You like that thumbnail? See if we can see
Thumbnail? I don't see a thumbnail. I see that's the thumbnail?
That's a thumbnail right there, baby.
Seriously? Okay.
That's a
We'll roll
thumbnail
with it.
right there. Yeah. Alrighty.
I mean, you can't do everything perfectly, can you?
Yes, I can. Welcome back to the Bookkeeper's Library. My name is Candy, and today we're playing Fires of Reborn.
I can't with you, man. Rubicon, like, please try.
Reborn. Yep. Let's see. I already did this. I already did that. Global. Next.
Matchmaking region.
Pilot name.
It's a new game.
Yeah, this got some type of multiplayer
that is coming out. It's called Phantom Blade Zero. What is Phantom Blade Zero?
What? Phantom Blade Zero. I've never heard about that.
Zero.
Phantom Blade Zero. What is that? A kind of like a. I don't want to say it's kind of like Dark Souls because ooh.
Do it.
We're close to Rubicon. Wake the dog.
Oh, we got a cinematic.
Handler Walter
This looks so
verified.
good.
Not really, but okay.
Cerebral coral control device.
Oh my goodness, you're so critical.
Augmented human.
Someone's gotta be.
621 has awakened.
Apparently. It looks so good. Dang, Elon Musk.
Time to get to work, 621.
I'm glad the subtitles are
Powering
on.
down your entry capsule. On my signal.
Good.
Ooh, Kerbal Space Station. Have you played that?
Of course I haven't.
Oh, come on. I forgot. You live in a box.
I don't live in a box.
God.
It's a very sophisticated capsule.
There we are.
Got windows and air conditioning and everything. Some call it a house.
So, a good replacement for nuclear missiles would be a large metal rod, right?
I mean, it depends on how much damage you want to do and to what.
This, I'm already loving it. I'm already loving it. Watch I get motion sickness. 1 hour, 2 minute stream. I'm about to go throw up.
God.
SB 2262. Rubicon 3 complete.
Oh,
I can't wait for the mods to come out on this thing.
God, you and your mods, I forgot about that.
Yeah. My computer is amazing. I can have 200 mods.
Use it to close the gap.
I can have 200 mods too, as long as it removes stuff from the game.
Main system activating combat mode.
Wow. I'm trying to add more.
It's
Okay.
like a Sekiro Dark Souls mixed, I would say. Okay.
I've never played Sekiro, so I guess I gotta play it.
While you fumble
Alrighty.
through the tutorial, I'll read the synopsis to Phantom Blade Zero.
Okay.
In Phantom Blade Zero, your soul, an elite assassin serving an elusive but powerful organization known simply as the Order. He was framed for the murder of the Order's patriarch and gravely injured in the manhunt that ensued. A mystic healer managed to save him from death, but makeshift cure lasts for 66 days. That sounds like a little bit like the storyline of Dishonored. It kind of has the same like Sweeney Todd feel to it.
I've never played Dishonored.
Don't.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's actually a good game, but don't. There's like no point in actually playing it.
Let's see. I know the Ian Contemplations.
Ian Consumption.
Yep. I played so much Sims that my words don't work anymore. Which was a great game. I don't know if you played Sims where you just enter in a cheat code
No, I have
and just
standards.
get all the money.
Clear out those guard mechs.
I've never played Sims.
Perfect chance to test your ace.
You're lying to
No,
me.
I'm not.
You-
I don't lie.
You've
I'm
never played
physically
Sims.
incapable of it.
You've never played Sims before.
No,
Oh
I've
my
never played
goodness.
Sims.
It's
This looks sick, by the way. Like, this actually looks sick.
I told you it was gonna be cool. I told you.
Oh, you've got
told you.
target
You know what?
assist. Hey, this game might actually be playable for you.
Come on now. You know what? One thing I always did not like about watching content creators play any kind of game really is that they get to a point where they're being told what they need to do, but they just ignore all of it. And then once they get to the spot where they can't move forward, they're like, what even is this game? I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, yeah? That's because you didn't listen to it. So now I'm desperately trying not to end up in that same situation.
Yeah, this game does look awesome.
No, I want to go to system and change. Let's see.
Are you playing on a controller?
Yes.
But
it was showing
what type
that,
of controller?
An Xbox.
Oh, okay.
We should also play what's it called? One of these days. Near Automata.
Oh, you absolutely need to play that game. That would be a great game for us to do like exactly this, because Nier Automata has it has a lot of philosophy references, so I could just go off for like hours explaining every reference to philosophy in it.
Ooh, see, you big brain over here. Me, I'm pretty simple. I got a simple brain.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, well, hold on now.
You can't get mad when I agree.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, you're like, man, I'm an idiot. Like, yes, you are. Like, hold on now. You can't just, you just gotta, tell me I'm wrong sometimes. Like, no, you're stupid.
Yeah. I mean, you're not stupid, but you are like relatively simple.
That was simple. Simple.
Like you to buy their life back.
Simple's great if you need like a hammer or a crowbar.
Luckily, I am
or a
problem solving,
dish
so
soap.
Tell me.
Simple green.
Luckily, I'm a problem solver. This reminds me of. I think the first mech game I ever played was that one you couldn't really fly too much. Yeah. What? Give me some names. What was it?
I'm not familiar with mech games, so I probably wouldn't know. I do know the Armored Core series has been going for a while, and I've heard of some of the other mech games, like kind of in the genre.
Mechs aren't great. Vanessa, how's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're well. Hope you're healthy. Yeah, a lot of our mechs even practical. I'm just flying around like crazy, but that's a boost. Okay. Yeah. No.
There's a button to cancel the boost, very obviously.
Apparently.
And if you don't use it, I'm probably going to lose most of my stomach bile.
Okay. I can do that. So if I push my like left thumb stick, then it'll give me the boost. So if I just don't click that, there we go. Okay, those the missiles, easy. That must be the lock on. I gotta get used to this real quick, because then when I have a Near Automata situation again, where I'm like, keep dying. Also, can I set the difficulty harder? Is there a setting for that?
It's a From Software thing. I think there should just be only one difficulty.
Oh, okay. Watch, you want to have the game journalist be like, the game is too hard. But I don't know. I think I prefer a game that's like extremely hard, like a so people can get their money's worth. Right? Like what's the point of a game where you can just, beat it in like 10 minutes?
I mean, it kind of depends on the difficulty, right? There are games where it's like, okay, the difficulty's in like which mechanical accuracy. So things like the classic Flash Impossible game.
Right. And
then there's games that are difficult in like puzzles and things of that nature.
Man, I miss the Flash games. When the moment they got rid of, what was it called?
I mean, if you're talking about
the thing that makes the Flash.
If you're talking about Flash games, I think you're looking for Adobe Flash.
Yeah, exactly.
When they removed support for that, because it was so easy to build a game. With, I don't remember exactly what the tool was called, and I'm probably an idiot for not remembering. It must have been named something like.
Keep looking.
It was probably just named like Adobe Flash Suite or something.
That's what it
But
sounds like.
it was so easy to build interactive games and like animations and stuff in that, and it was shareable online, that all sorts of different things, and like let's be fair, like most Flash games were complete garbage, but the sheer volume allowed some really, really good stuff to come to the top. Like Platform Runners was a really good one. That was a classic.
There's like a lot. What was that one website that where like a lot of like, you know, like game makers like started on like Flash Kids. What was Flash Kids originally?
There was a site that was called flashgames.com, and it was literally just like a repository. And then I think, I'm not too sure about Armor Games. I think that was only a select number of people. That was like, wasn't really a studio, right? But it was like a collective. And then there was Congregate, which came in a little bit later. And I think the biggest one would probably have been Newgrounds, which was the source for like,
yeah, Newgrounds.
yeah, like a massive music scene as well.
Didn't Eagle Raptor get started on Newgrounds?
I don't remember.
Game Grumps.
I don't know.
Man,
Remember, I only know all
like
the stuff that you've never heard about before.
yeah, that is so true. You still never seen Dragon Ball. That's wild to me. Well, I'm sure you've seen like clips and bits of it, so you know what, like,
Yeah,
you know enough.
I know enough to
but-
know that it's like, okay, well, I own books that I haven't read yet. I have better things to do.
Better books? You got books? How are you so smart? Everyone knows that books make you dumber. Every word you read. Ah! Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
What was that? Was that like an overheat or something?
There was, but I think I'm not using it in my dodges like I'm supposed to. But it looks like after I dodge, I automatically go into boost mode. So
I mean,
gotta,
don't worry.
keep
Given
in
that I've
mind.
never played this before, everything looks really cool. So
Oh really? It does. It does. Like I'm. It really reminds. It's like a faster version of that one. I forgot what it's called.
You might be thinking of, in recent memory, like Warframe or Titanfall or something like that.
No, I've never played Titanfall.
AP at 30%.
Yeah. I really got to learn to dodge, because this is gonna be a very painful playthrough for me if I don't. It's like, oh snap! I hit them all at the same time. Oh man, that's awesome. And if I hold, it looks like if I hold down the button, the rocket button, it'll charge up to as many rockets as I need.
Yeah, so
I think
you've got to count. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how that works. I thought I knew,
What
and
it
then I was
might-
proven wrong.
What might actually also happen is that after I,
Shoulder ammunition.
because I've been seeing a lot of people make new robots and everything. Like, so I might be playing around with that a little bit. Not too
Yeah,
long, because,
well,
you know,
you're gonna have to find
When it-
something broken that'll carry you through the rest of the game.
I try not to do too much broken stuff. Because, oh, another game we should play is, what's it called? Cyberpunk. Like,
Deal with them, 61.
when I played Cyberpunk for the first time, I put in, I think, 8 hours. Back to back to back. Like, that game I might not play with you because that's a long one. You're busy. Like, but that game is a long, is not necessarily a long one, but how I play it.
I mean,
is
the
long.
first time I played Lost Ark, I put in, I think, 26 hours straight.
Let's see about this license.
Wait, what, was Lost
Yeah.
Ark? Well, that's just like what Minecraft time though, right? Like when you,
I mean,
like when we play
it's
Minecraft,
tedious bullshit, right?
Use this.
A lot of it's tedious
Right.
bullshit. So
Rec 61.
yes, that's true. That is 100% true because you can get lost in just playing Minecraft or like, you know, like stuff like that all the time. If you like,
it's Minecraft. It's like, oh, I'm gonna remove this mountain over here. 5 hours later, you're still replacing like stone in the ground with dirt or something. It's like, what am I doing with my life?
I forgot that I had to repair. I had a repair button.
Bro, you got blowed up.
I forgot all about that. No,
you
I
got
didn't.
blowed up.
I just took a nap. I just took a nap in death. There was I forgot there was a repair button. I wasn't using it. Of course. No way! No way!
Oh my
man.
goodness! Welcome to From Software Games, dude.
Well, that was fun while it lasted. All right, everybody. You have a good night. I'm about to head out. I'm about to go, like, you know, do other stuff. All right. Bye-bye.
Come on, push through it. You gotta.
Oh, goodness.
You gotta have some huevos.
That... Apparently. King Cobra says, sorry, I had to come to see the live, but I have to get off. Now have a peaceful day, guys. All right, King Cobra. Stop changing your name. I'm terrible with memory.
Have a good one, man.
I have a terrible memory. All right. You know what? I'm older. I'm wiser. Even though I died, like, you know, I'm like 2 minutes older, 2 minutes wiser. So I
think you lost a lot more
won't die
progress
this
than
time.
2 minutes. To be fair.
No, we're good. I remember. Now I remember that I have also like I got my repairs back because at first I didn't. Like I used one of them up at the beginning of the game. Okay, so now my objective is just to go get these data chips and not get killed. Which, you know, because it was a tutorial, I thought like, oh, there's going to be like baby. Nope, it's not baby game at all. I wonder if I might also be able to shoot the bullets, but I can just dodge them though. I can just dodge them. I won't be able to.
Looks like they've got shields. I think you've got a blade.
There we go. Get rid of that. They keep sniping me. But yeah, right now what I have to do is just get the data chips. Let's see.
Extract the pilot data. I'll analyze it from my end.
Do I have a shield? I don't. Not yet. I probably have to.
This one's
What I
already
probably have to do is
Keep looking.
There we go. So I gotta use my boost to close the distance and then slice them with the because some of these have shields, like that. There we go. That.
The most accurate
Come on.
slash in existence.
I know.
Oh my
I
goodness, dude.
I can't boost and slide. I can't slash in like in a. Let me see. Do it. Really? That's so stupid.
Oh man.
So I can't boost. Wait there. See, I just did it. Or is there a cooldown on the? Okay, there's a cooldown on the slash. Got it. Okay. Got it. There we are. All right.
What?
Let me do that again. No, I literally can't. I can't boost in the slide, but I can, like, you know, I gotta wait a little while after I boost to be able to slash.
Force. Keep a low profile.
It's been the same since Elden Ring lives. I think my Elden Ring playthrough was a little bit easier than this, like because what that was clean. I remember there was this one mecha game where you had so much more control over all your stuff. Oh, this is awesome. So much more control over your mech, where you can just what's the word? Where you can just turn off your engine. You know what game that was? Where you could just turn off your engine? It was an online game too. It might have been Armored Core. I just don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I
Let's see.
don't know.
Now
I do remember playing. I think we played the Warframe open beta.
you know
It
what?
wasn't an open beta. It
I
was
remember-
like a closed beta or something.
I remember we tried to play Warframe, but on my computer at the time, it was like, I just couldn't do it. Like, yeah, it was like really buggy for me. I think that kind of threw off my, I think that, because of that, it kind of threw off my, like, want to play that game ever again. So I get one of these days, I need to boot it up and give it another try. It's kind of like playing golf for the first time. If you have a bad, first bad experience, you just, well, really anything.
I've never
you have a
played
bad experience
golf,
for the first time.
Because I'm under the age of
Really?
60.
What? I'm like 5 years old. I play I haven't played golf in like 10,000 years, so. But yeah, you need to try it once, at least play the game, like the video game of it. I played this anime golf game once, like a while back. That was fun. That was fun.
It's still valid, but the pilot's rank is no good. We can't use this.
All right,
I've picked up one more.
we're back where we started. Now I just need to find that one more.
I'm just picking up on the storyline here. Are you like essentially attempting to commit mass murder followed by identity theft?
Yeah. Yes, actually. I didn't. I was hoping you didn't get that. Actually,
Makes sense.
yeah. I'm assuming I have to find some like a not gamer tag, but like a security code. I would assume something that. What? While standing on a vertical catapult. Oh, catapult.
You can use that vertical catapult to get some altitude.
There we go. What? Oh, this is awesome. I wish I could just give you the controller so you can try it out. This thing is awesome.
That's it. Try accessing the rack.
There we go. There we are. What's in this thing that we need so badly?
Registration number RB23. Rank fits the bill. Call sign. What? Looks like they were onto you after all.
Is that the first boss?
I'm in no mood to pick
Oh,
up
I thought I died.
but it doesn't matter. Take it out now, they won't have enough to ID you.
I need to repair.
Repair kits remaining.
Alright. If I die here, I better not have to... Stop moving! Stop jetting! Good God! Alright.
Use your mobility in the air to get clear of explosions on the ground.
I'm trying to stop my mobility so I can get a sense of where I'm at. There we go. Alright, let's move it to the side. It keeps wanting to go towards the there we go. I might have to play this with the
You're gonna lose this fight so hard.
No, I'm not. No, I'm gonna be fine. Oh, that's my health over there to my left. All right. Oh, okay. The middle yellow is my shield. Got it. Got it. And if I could just let that recharge, I think I'd be fine. All right. That's like when you're overheating too much and stuff. Is there anything I can do? Because I am not making a dent on this thing. No, this game is hard. This game is hard. It's disoriented too. Start from checkpoint. Please don't go all the way back.
It's gonna go all the way back.
It's not gonna
It's
go
gonna
all the
go
way
all the
back.
way back.
It can't. It can't. It's not probable. It's not possible. Okay, good.
Oh,
Whew.
damn.
Try accessing the rack.
You just this guy. That's good. That's good. Whew. That way, I would have been like questioning, like, you know, my life choices.
Registration
Okay.
number RB23.
Now let me just get some distance.
Call sign.
It's like a bullet hell game.
Looks like they were
It's literally what that is.
in no mood to pick a fight with the
Okay.
PCA. But it doesn't matter.
Destroy
Take
the.
it out now, and they won't have enough to ID you.
All right. Now I know what my health is. I kind of got it mixed up with the. Where you going? There we go.
Use your mobility.
So if he shoots the rockets, I gotta go towards him just to get that stuff off me. But if he's shooting the bullets, I gotta keep changing it up.
AP at 50%.
All right. And I should heal. There we go.
30%.
I need to. Let's see. Okay, that button is. I can turn on the boost, but I have to pull my fingers off the trigger.
Yeah, just lose like half your health figuring that out.
No. You're good. I'm good. It's a learning experience. Once I get the rhythm of it, it'll be fine.
Well, you've already done more damage to it than you did before.
Yeah. This is gonna be hard. Don't worry, I got it. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know, but I'm a 5-star general when it comes to mech piloting. Evangelion makes this look a little bit easier. No. What's it? What? Not Evangelion, because you've never seen Evangelion, so it's. Maybe if I can get under it.
I don't think that's gonna help you. I think you just.
Yes,
I think you just have to play the fight correctly.
You don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Look at that. Look at
You have
that.
to move it in a proper square with verticals.
Ow! 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 They're not gonna come back around and get me, are they? Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can get under it. There we go. If I keep hitting in the face, though, I might actually be able to, like, you know, speed up the damage. Yes! Okay, so that did so much damage. If I could just keep doing that, I'm a champion. I mean, I already knew, you know. Uh-oh. Dodged it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the
All right,
second
all right,
phase
all right.
of the fight.
That at least I was able to get it to half, I think. At least half.
Not even half.
All right. What? No. You don't know.
You got
don't
it
know.
down about a third of the way, and then it switched phases.
Exactly half.
That's it.
All right.
Try accessing the rack.
At least I know that the sword to the face will do a lot of damage, and I think the yellow bar in the middle is like the overheating.
Yeah, it's a
So, and if I
stagger
get it-
check of some kind.
Rank fits the bill.
Haven't figured that out quite, but
What?
That's,
Like they were onto you after
ow!
all. In no mood to pick a fight with the PCA. But it doesn't matter. Take it out now, and they won't have enough to ID you.
Here we go. Oh, that's the lock on. Okay, got it. Oh, now it's out. It's out my range. Go. All right, let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna cool my jets. Where is it? Where are you? There you are.
AP at 50%.
Use your mobility in the air to get clear of explosions on the ground.
I know that. Thank you very much.
yeah, but you're not actually doing it yet.
No. You don't know. Watch. Watch this.
I am watching,
just gonna
and
get
I
that-
do know.
Watch this. I'm gonna get that wing. Ah! Stop moving. I'm getting. I got it. I'm like, just, my pilot probably gonna get whiplash. Okay, let me just get under there and grip it. I did a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, the meta is getting under it.
Yeah, for phase 1.
I wonder what's the next phase. If this turns into a big robot, I swear to gosh, gosh. Hit. And slice the belly. Try to get around.
50%.
To cool our jets for a second.
One
Repair.
repair kit remaining.
Can't see it. There we are. Dang it. I missed it. That would have been a nice slice, though. Come on. Where are you? If I can just stay under here. And there we go. What the heck was that? Ow. Repair. Okay, let's cool my jets a little bit.
No repair kits
Where is it?
remaining.
No, you don't know what to talk about. If I could just find a repair kit, I'll probably, go over to Home Depot or something to get a new one.
AP at 50%.
Come on. Why is it over there? Hide. There we go. Where are you? I can't see it. Yeah, you like that. Yeah, that was smooth. Hit! Oh! Look how much health. It's like, oh, okay. Come on. Just a little bit. Wait. Come on. Where are you? You're dead. You're dead. Come on. I got this. I got this.
Probably, yeah.
Nah, I know probably about it. Ah! See, I got it on the first try. Look at that. Oh, man.
We came for.
Ah, that's awesome.
Tie up the loose ends, 621.
Yeah. First try.
Boss 1-1.
Enemy combat helicopter is down. That's all for our work here today, 621. Here's the call sign from that license you picked up.
This game is sweaty. The license code. I wonder if
Raven. That's your new name here on Rubicon.
I wonder if all those things that I found was like parts. Illegally entry, cleared a mission. Alrighty. Mission completed. I don't know if you played
Coral, a sublime substance. Discovered on Rubicon, a planet on the frontier of developed space. For a time, coral was a revolutionary energy resource and data conduit, poised to transform human society by leaps and bounds. They called it the Fires of Ibis, a storm of flame that tore through the stars, leaving lethal contamination in its wake. Coral, the kindling, was thought to have been utterly consumed, forever lost. However, on Rubicon, the embers continued to burn. Humanity would inevitably return to stoke the fire.
Okay.
those pauses. Those pauses are a little bit. I don't like those pauses. I like the pause. I like pauses in speech, but I feel like those pauses was a little bit too long. But
Registration number RB23.
I-
Call sign Raven. Authentication complete.
so I was
Removing
I saw
MK
a
status.
I'm seeing a trend when it comes like to mecha anime, because like Evangelion,
This is All Might,
and
the mercenary support system.
what's the other
Welcome back,
the
Raven.
original OG mechas? Do you know what I'm talking about? The original OG mecha animes.
Pass the
Nope.
authentication. Raven.
But the
That's who
creator,
you are now. You're on Rubicon.
the creators
I've picked up some work for you already.
are like depressed,
Take a look, 621.
so they're all dark and kind of, you know, twisted. Do you need to be like
This
a
notification
depressed
restoral
like
of
a
access
person to write
privileges.
a really good
All Might
grungy
provides a combat training
uh,
simulator to support its mercenaries.
like book or whatever?
Your license was in a suspended state.
I don't think it has anything
Refresher.
really to do with
As an added
depression
incentive,
from a clinical
completion of
sense.
the exercises will be reward. You stand to
But-
benefit regardless.
High levels of like withdrawal neuroticism, low levels of extroversion from a personality point of view, which looks like what you might call depression, is somewhat correlated to creative endeavor in general.
That's why I say books are bad for you. Never read anything. In fact, burn them. Yep, I said it. No, don't burn your books. That's how you start fires.
No, actually, you have
how-
to start a fire first in order to burn a book.
See, you wouldn't know that if you didn't know, if you didn't read any books. So stop reading. Right? It's funny because the whole brand is like, you know, selling books and everything. So, and I'm saying books are bad for you. Yep. Show that to the media.
I have no idea what any of these stats even mean.
It looks like I wonder if this
Right,
looks
so
better.
AP is durability, right? Altitude stability is like your capacity to fly, maybe. Load limit is like what you can carry, maybe. Weight is probably correlated to your capacity to like start and stop moving. I don't know what Ian.
Do you think
load
the
is.
AP is the health? AP is the health, right?
Yeah, I think AP is it's basically vitality as a stat.
What I could do is
Defensive performance is
touch
damage
it.
mitigation, probably.
Yeah, if I can have a little bit, you know, I think it's less about the parts for me and about just learning to play it appropriately. Yeah, I think I'll stick with what I got. If yeah, I'll stick with what I got. Let's see, unless I can add more. Yeah. Okay. There are a whole list. Oh yeah. Okay, I can't install anything. Oh, okay. That's how I can like see more of the stats of each part. Yeah, you could. So one of my favorite content creators, I haven't watched them play this yet, but they spent 5 hours playing this. I'm like, good God, I haven't played anything that long since in one sitting since Fallout. How long did it take you to play when you play that one like a ninja game? How long did you sit down and play that one?
Sekiro, I think I did that in like 6-hour stints.
A 6-hour playthrough?
Well, you have to remember,
Yeah.
like my days are longer than anybody else's. So
Oh,
6
yeah.
hours is just like the end of the
Ooh.
day for me.
6 hours, huh? Let's see. Yep. Let me give it some color.
Give it Russian colors.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Just paint the entire thing Russia. Blue on one side, red on the other, white straight down the middle.
I need some more. There we go. That's what I want. Blue is, I gotta say, blue is my favorite color. Like baby blue. Like, baby blue is, no. It's whatever hair. What's the hair of Ayudeka 7? It was turquoise, like it was tropical green. Tropical green is my favorite color. Like and it became my favorite color because like of a character's hair that was that color. So that's why it became. So this is why, you know, people should watch more anime. They learn more about themselves after they watch something. Someone told me that the reason why he hates anime is because he watched Elfen Lied.
Oh my!
I don't know if you remember that anime.
Dude.
It was his first anime. I'm like, no wonder why you hate anime. You watched Elfen Lied, the first one. Like, you should have started out something like softer or something.
Oh my goodness!
Like, it's like watching
softer and higher
anime
production quality. Elfen Lied is actually terrible. Like, it's actually
I don't know
bad.
about. I don't know about terrible, but it was bloody. It was
listen,
it was a very.
Go back to Elfen Lied and just sit down and watch the first episode, and I want you to count how many times they use the exact same scene of like bullets flying down a hallway. It's the same scene.
Really?
Yeah, and they use it like
I never
5
noticed
times.
I never noticed that. Alright. Yeah, I'm not doing any more of this stuff. I'm done. There we go.
This is exactly how I would imagine a 6-year-old coloring a mech.
Yep. You know, I'm pretty good at my my coloring, I do say.
Got a job for you, 621. This is an open call from the Balaam Group, one of the corporate forces occupying Rubicon.
Attention all independent mercenaries! This request comes from our affiliate, Dafeng. The Rubicon Liberation Front has deployed Baus artillery throughout the contaminated city.
Baus artillery? Really?
We cannot allow them to hinder expansion of the coral survey.
This gives me
Show
the
us your ambition. Destroy the Liberation Front's artillery. Bonus pay will be awarded for destroying their MTs.
it's like
Want the enemy
they
weakened.
put less effort into
Consider it an opportunity to prove yourself. Press us, mercenaries!
recording cutscenes and put more into the gameplay itself, which, you know, in all honesty, is awesome. It's really an near automata type of, like, you know, spin, if I'm being honest. Right?
I mean, Nier Automata kind of nails the cutscenes as well,
Does this job.
Yeah.
with
yeah,
some notable exceptions. But in general,
Done.
it's pretty even quality across the board.
Would you consider this a bullet hell kind of game?
No.
No?
No, because I
Maybe
I
the boss
played,
fights.
Toho.
Main system.
Oh, okay.
In combat mode.
Okay.
Commence
Let's see.
Destroy all of the Rubicon Liberation Front's artillery placements.
All right, so now that I beat that boss, you know, these little other robots should be a walk in the park, right? A cakewalk?
If there's a
Yeah.
boss at the end of this mission, you're gonna get your ass handed to you.
No, I got blue colors now. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm stronger. I'm faster. A lot calmer,
You're
too.
marginally more accurate as well.
Probably a little bit. Which one's closer? That one's closer. All right. There we go.
That's one of the artillery placements.
God! Okay! Let me just repair that. Who hit me? You.
There's only one of them. We can do this.
So, mechs aren't practical, are they?
What do you
Like,
mean?
if you can... there's like this, like, you know, back and forth between, like, you know, like, anything a mech can do, a tank can do, kind of thing. Can I not destroy that? That thing is tough.
As an enjoyer of Girls in Panzer, yes, I'm fully on board with tanks.
How is that anime?
It depends.
What? Wait, is that a lewd anime?
No, of course it isn't.
Huh. What kind of... There we go. Finally. Some of that. Wait, why isn't it...
Your weapons do a
hurting it.
lot more damage when you aim them.
I am aiming. Here we go. Oh, maybe the shield is, like, you know, blocking... There we go.
Yeah, you
Just get up close and personal.
Just gotta get behind it and do your business.
There we go.
We're clear here. Move on to the next site, 621.
Alright. I wonder if there's a first person mode. Probably nauseating too.
I don't think I would play this in first person.
No. There was a
You're up against mass
man, it looks so good. Especially when like it's speeding across the...
them as necessary.
Let me take care of the little robots later. Nope.
You were trying to hit there, but
Yeah, apparently when you use the sword, you got a little bit of a speed boost on
yeah,
it.
you gotta
I'm
wind
not
up
getting
time.
used to.
Site. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, look at that. There we go. I think I took care of all of the artillery.
That corporate dog.
I just gotta take care of these guys.
Give him another inch. We have to defend our
That's to be able to have like flying mechs. Like we need to, like mankind needs to figure out their I think sniping me. Figure out the power thing, right? Like, cause we just can't just have mechs going around with like gasoline or more gasoline, but they call it rocket
I mean,
fuel.
we've got
Right.
bigger problems than building giant mechs, to be fair.
I don't think there's any bigger problem than... Ow! Why didn't... There we go.
I think the issue isn't so much like fuels and stuff, because if you think about it, you can run a lawnmower for a hell of a long time off of like a gallon of gasoline. And it's just because the mechanism by which a lawnmower functions is so like efficient compared to what it could be in the usage of that fuel that like, okay, well, you could run off of a limited fuel supply if you wanted to make some kind of a mech, but then you'd have to solve all sorts of other problems.
I know that we could, like, mankind can, you know, replace like like, you know, gasoline with, you know, what is it, solar, but what about oil? Like how long, like how much
So one, like, a lot of people use oil and gasoline basically interchangeably. Speaking terminology.
oil
wise.
just to the lubrication, right? That is these boots, like the boosting is
fucking
awesome.
ground
Don't look at that.
yourself into the
Don't look
wall.
at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Uh,
Like the boosts like are amazing, but
I also do have to say, like, solar power is not feasible for basically anything at all, ever.
main system
Isn't it a mix of like solar power and something else?
Commence mission.
Like solar power by itself probably won't work, but like you know,
Non-liberation fronts.
The problem with solar power is it's so difficult to produce solar panels that you're better off taking all of the work that you would use to make solar panels and do something else with that time and those materials.
what about those wave generators?
Hydroelectric, or
Yeah,
those have a
It's like
little
they
bit
put, like,
more
these
promise
buoys.
because you're working with transference of kinetic energy. But it really depends like where they're installed, and they're also massive and completely immobile.
I'm thinking a harnessing the Earth's
That's one of the artillery placements.
heat.
The front is protected with armor plating. Attack it from behind.
Geothermal?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about geothermal to like think about it that much. I would assume it's not terribly efficient. But I mean, burning gas is basically just geothermal with extra steps, because you're just using a natural resource.
See, I'm told you the blue spray paint on my mech, like it makes me like, you know, so much better.
I'm not sure.
But you can
not
kill your
sure
enemy
if
with lead poisoning.
lead poisoning. Just like grinding off paint chips and making them inhale it.
Next sightseeing.
Yeah. Kill your target with lead poisoning instead.
Like, yeah, I've got all this nasty lead paint on this thing I'm gonna kill you with, and if that doesn't work, I've got a jar of asbestos as well.
Uh, you just gotta time it.
Head to the final site. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, you eventually you get the hang of it. Like at first, I'm like, the boosts are too much. Got me running into walls.
I mean, you definitely don't look anywhere near as incompetent as you did when you started, so...
Yeah, I did. I was just pressing all the buttons. Excuse me.
Just run into that dude.
Ow! That was clean. Ow! Heal! No, I got health part.
You got
I had health. The game cheated me.
sniped.
No, I didn't. I just laid down just to take a nap. Yeah, I'll be back up. But I'm gonna start back way back from where I started, just to, you know, give them. I'm give them like a little bit of a chance, you know. The good news is going against the boss, which I bet is just a big, massive cannon. Will Here we go. Of course. So I was like watching this documentary where space battles won't be what people like see them to be, like gotcha. Space battles won't be what, like, you know, people like, you know, see them in movies. Like there will be, I don't know if you've seen the movie, not the movie, but the series Expanse, I think it's called. But they don't,
Of course I have.
like a oh my god, man. Oh my goodness. Of course I haven't. But like you know, Space War, we fought like in like huge distances. So like there makes no sense to, it's kind of like you know, how like ships today, like if China and the United States, like, you know, was like, you know, was having a ship-to-ship fight, they're not going to be like way up close. You know, they're going to use Tomahawk missiles. like from way massive distances.
Yeah, I mean, war tends to adapt to the available technologies.
It brings up because I was watching Dune.
There's only one of them.
I watched Dune with the Bookkeeper, and I was like, why aren't there more guns in this? But yeah, in Dune, you can't use bullets anymore because bullets were like everyone's got a personal like shield. Like everyone and everything's got a personal shield, so bullets don't like work anymore. So you have to use a knife or a sword because a sword moves slow enough to pierce. But the so it makes good sense for that. Nice. It makes good sense like to have that.
That culprit's dog. Don't give
But
another inch. We have to defend the artillery.
and the reason why they can't use like lasers is because it creates a nuclear blast once you hit a shield with that kind of stuff.
You're up against mass-produced MTs.
Get down.
Eliminate them as necessary.
So like it's at
For the artillery.
at some point like it'll get like boring because it's too technical, if that makes any sense.
2 repair kits
What, you
remaining.
think warfare
Like,
is just gonna get so boring that people stop engaging in it?
Probably it's gonna be more like sports. It's gotta be.
I mean, wars in general aren't really fought over the love of warfare. It's more so like, what can you gain? That's the danger of that kind of thing becoming boring, because then it's like, well, why not? If it's just going to be this kind of like over-the-table engagement of different resources, and it's basically a tallying of numbers. But
Well, I mean it more of in a like in a movie kind of sense. Like as like technology evolves, you start to question the legitimacy of
Vital sight. Keep up the good work.
like fictional war. Like you reach so far into the future where you ask like, well, why don't the humans just or the species just do this? Like like this is it's so contrived. Like it doesn't make any
well,
sense.
I mean,
It's like
that comes down to the quality of the writing, right? Because you can make it make sense if you have all of the right preconditions and like story sets in place. The way that I kind of conceptualize it is, if you look at the way that individual human beings process things, is we specifically when we're thinking about the future, we think through like potential patterns of behavior and actions and like sequences of events that might lead to a particular outcome, and we process through that and basically fantasize, and then we keep what works so that our thoughts can die instead of us, which is the famous quote. I don't know who that's attributed to. That's why people think it's so that our thoughts can die instead of us. I like to think of like story writing and fantasy in general in kind of the same vein. So as a species, that's done at like a larger scale, and that's why certain things that or certain fantasy stories get incredibly popular and spread so far out and then stick around for quite a while and make sense, is because they match up with the way that people process information. And a lot of times, if you look back in history,
All targets destroyed.
like depictions of mobile phones before they were ever really a thing, there's a massive variety. If you go back far enough, there's a massive variety in different types of mobile phone depicted in fiction. Only a couple of those were right, but the point is that everybody was thinking through it, and that's fantasy as an avenue for processing possible futures. And I think you predict the future further out when you fantasize than when you actually go through logically, because it distributes the process of validating whether or not it makes sense into the unconscious of the people that consume the fantasy from the original writer, and that revalidates it.
Do you think it's because of the imagination that mankind can like keep evolving? Because without the imagination, you know, what's the what's one thing that's technically like well, at least it was seen as impossible, like teleportation back in the day, but then they're constantly trying to do it, perhaps not in the same sense that, you know, we imagined it, but now it's like, hey, we can technically teleport by using was it protons? It's not necessarily teleportation, but like faster than light, like a teleportation. They call it like a what's it called? They call it like when one proton does something, the other proton matches it, kind of thing.
I don't remember what that is called. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called.
It was just, I think it was it discovered on the slit experiment, or was that something
No,
else?
I think it's one of those things that's, it's like, it's quantum physics, right? So anytime you approach quantum physics, it's always going to be very, very difficult to grapple with.
They said something like this: the smaller you get, like the more laws of physics don't make much sense, or it becomes skewed at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's new layers to it as you go further down. And then also when you move into like different paradigms, I don't even think of it so much as that, you know, that's the scientific route, but the other route is the conceptual route. So if you think of teleportation as like a general concept of like, okay, I can be in this position. Let's say like I'm in Mississippi and I want to be in California. You know, if you don't have any modes of transportation whatsoever and you have to walk, that is going to take forever. I don't know exactly how long it would take, but it would take quite a long time. It's very difficult to conceptualize that. But the idea of teleportation is the absolute abstract upper limit of how quickly that journey can happen. Right, so it's a concept of, okay, here's how long it takes now, and I can kind of think about that like, oh, it's going to take forever. But if you think of teleportation, that's like, it's instantly, I'm instantly there. So there's, like, when you think about that, there's kind of this unconscious line drawn between the way that things currently are, which is your concept of how long it will take if I'm going to make that journey, and then something like teleportation, which is a representation of the absolute upper limit of that. And then human beings play with different fantasies that vary back and forth. So in that metaphor of like transportation in general, you know, you have teleportation, and then you have like the kind of Star Trek type teleportation where it's like it dematerializes you and it like puts you back together in the place where you're supposed to go. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but, and then there's like warp speed and like hyperspace and something like Star Wars, classical Star Wars, not the ruined shit that Disney put out.
I was thinking about that that being ripped apart and put back together somewhere else. It's like or copied somewhere else. I was thinking, like, do you think the universe was created or, you know, works in a way where it automatically senses like, hey, this being who used to be here is gone, and the purpose is that someone tried and like that being that used to be here is gone and now is over here, so I will automatically apply said soul if soul exists, like that way. Like, do you think it's like the universe is automatic that way?
So moving directly into like the way that I kind of think about the soul is I don't think the soul as such fits in well with scientific models of how we understand things. So basically anything goes, right? But I would like to think of the patterns of what's actually going on biologically to be some sort of communicative representation of the soul. So if you have all of those patterns, it should match up. That makes any sense. But
it would be interesting, like if like, you know, well, not necessarily interesting, but if like for some reason I feel like there's an intelligent element, like an AI that's like that let's say you know, we do get to that point where we did have the tech. What the? These got shields? I cut short. But let's say it does. Mankind does get to that point where you can just like, you know, tear somebody apart and just put them back together somewhere else. The AI is like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, and that technically does work. So let me just like apply the part that you need without giving you the, you know, the full understanding of how it works, so you don't, you know, break the realities too much.
Well, I mean, I don't like the idea of trying to conceptualize it as an AI because,
well, not necessarily an AI, but the intelligent that is like, you know,
well,
running the system.
Here's the thing: is like if you think about an intelligence that's running the order of the universe, as it were, then like lexically,
and I mean it, and I mean it in the sense that like the intelligent is intelligent not because it's intelligent, but it's intelligent like kind of like how it's a person's body.
I think it's
is like
the order of the world, as it were, or like the laws of nature or whatever, are an intelligence at the very least, in the sense that they have a definitive set of rules that are followed by everything, right? That's what science essentially discovers over time.
Right.
Is like the laws of physics and things like that, right? So there's obviously something. There are laws of physics and like laws of thermodynamics and like molecular constructions and things of that nature that we don't know about, you know, and that may be one of those things where it's like, okay, well, how is a consciousness assigned to a body? Well, we don't quite know, and we certainly wouldn't know what would happen if you completely deconstructed the body and put it together exactly the same way in some other place.
Right.
What would happen to the consciousness, theoretically? But like human beings have been trying to figure this out since long before like even written language was invented. What do you think religions are? The whole point is, you know, we're trying to figure out the laws of, if we behave in a certain way, we're trying to model the world in a way that we can understand that if we do something, then something else will happen. We want to understand the mechanism. That's what karma is. Like the concept of karma that everybody kind of jokes and memes about. That's basically what that idea is it's a model of understanding how your behaviors affect the circumstances of your life. And that goes all the way up to like cosmic concepts. Like, you know,
do you think karma works like for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction kind of thing?
It's a little bit tricky to explain, but yeah, it's something to that effect. In a sense, and there's a lot of philosophy surrounding it. It comes down to, it's almost engineering concepts. So if you look at science in general, the whole idea is to have a methodology for breaking down observable facts. But the problem is when you're trying to figure out how to behave, the same rules for like, hey, this is this way don't necessarily apply, because you have to apply ethic and desire and stuff on top of that. So that's where engineering principles comes in, which is you figure out a way to model something in a way that if I do a certain thing, then X will happen.
Target destroyed.
And like life philosophies and religions in general are basically a model of reality that'll allow you to pragmatically decide what to do and how to act.
I heard somewhere where there was this like, you know, karma. Like people will get like if you do a good thing, you like karma will like, you know, reward you. However, this person said that it won't work if you expect something out of it. Like, and I'm like, well, what if you expect something out of it after you, like, when you, without thinking? Like, let's say you know, you about to see someone get hit by a car, so you save their life. You just a split reaction. You didn't really think about it. Like and then after, like what he's saying is that, but like anytime after you do it, even if like even time after you you save someone's life, you think like, man, I hope I get something out of it. You automatically do not get something out of it. Is his understanding of it. But it did. Ow, that hurt. That doesn't sound right. But granted, it's just karma, so anyone's interpretation.
I think what you have to keep in mind is that because they are they're models of representing the way that the world works. So you're not necessarily dealing with fact. You're dealing with transformative statements. So if my conceptualization of karma is that if I, and you kind of have to couch that in these are representations of how to view and interact with the world in ways of thinking about it that allow you to predict the outcome based off of what you do, and you really only oh shit, you fucked up.
Oh no, I got it. I saved. I had a repair kit. That's awesome.
But so the only reason that you would want to be able to predict the outcome of what you're trying to do is because you want a particular outcome, right? So you're automatically, if you're applying one of these engineering concepts to life in general, you're trying to achieve a certain outcome. So in a sense, right, that's the overarching theme of it, is like, so if I think of karma as like, if I do good things, then I will build a good life. And that's overbroad, right? So the philosophies surrounding karma are significantly more complex, and with good reason. It's because that is your basic premise, is by doing good things, I construct an environment of positive karma around me or within my network of influence, which will feed back on me and provide for me a good life. And that is the presupposition. There's no proving or disproving that. It's just I have to accept that it's true, and then I build on that. You know, so those
it's probably healthier to do it anyway.
Yeah, and so those modifications on top, that's actually what a statement of faith is, by the way, as well. It's like, it's not necessarily believing in something that isn't true or believing in things on a whim. It's like, no, I take this as a presupposition in order to build on it with
survive
behaviors.
or go on.
And there are often things that can't be proven or disproven with known methods of like science and deduction and logic. So it's something like that. It's like,
would it be something like so I put a sandwich in my mouth. I can't prove that it'll sustain me, but I have to assume that it's gonna, like, my reality is gonna keep doing the same thing that normally it has been doing. So I'm gonna put the sandwich in my mouth.
The tricky thing with that is we can't actually prove that if you eat a sandwich, it'll sustain you.
I mean, proven in the sense that I can't assume, like I can't promise that it's going to keep doing that like today. Like, in other words, I can't promise you that the system or reality isn't going to just fail me at that point in time.
I mean,
just like I can't.
The problem with
the opposite
that
can be said. I can't.
If you're interested in that line of thinking, that's kind of the postmodern thinking. is that like basically everything's relative and everything is presuppositional. And so you can kind of bend these presuppositions around. I don't personally subscribe to that because it makes everything overly complicated, and it allows you to get yourself into some really tricky, unbelievably hard situations when it comes to thinking about certain things.
It does give you there's this one bit of a philosophy that that is very dangerous to think about, is that the most important thing in life is your own happiness. Now, what makes that dangerous is that you could go the evil route or you can go the good route.
Well, I mean, yeah, it
unquote.
really depends on what you think happiness is. If your idea of happiness is like shallow, hedonic, or like sexual pleasure, then yeah, you can very easily get into trouble with that, like really, really quickly, if that is your highest order belief. But like, you know, going back to karma and why some of, you know, these philosophies develop incredibly sophisticated layers on top of them, which, you know, all seem to make a certain amount of sense if you think about them and take them to heart and you accept the underlying presuppositions. It's like, oh well, if you expect something out of it, then you won't get anything out of it. I think, you know, that's something that you apply on top of the general presupposition to prevent you from doing good things only because you think it's going to benefit you. Right? And it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily an absolute fact, but it is a good practice of, if you're trying to do good things and you really believe that doing good things is going to provide for you a good life, then expecting something out of every good thing that you do as reward is going to get in the way of that initial presupposition, and it's going to screw over your capacity to keep true to that, right? So that layer gets built in there to kind of guard you against certain like feelings of disappointment and things like that at a simple level, but at a more complicated level, it just reinforces the underlying presupposition.
Yeah, it's a interesting like a thing to think about. It really comes down to like I said before, like, because there's so many knowns and unknowns out there, sometimes you just like turning your brain off and just doing like, you know, following where the wind blows kind of a situation. I'm assuming like for just following where the wind blows, what makes you, like, you know, you're happy. Kind of like, for example, I don't eat healthier and I don't eat unhealthy. I just eat what my mouth says to eat. So if I'm feeling like I want to eat some salad, then I'll eat a salad. Like, I'm feeling like I'm eating, you know, something else, I eat something else. And it's kind of like listening to your body. It's like, hey, do I need some sugar in my diet, or do I need some salt in my diet, or do I need this, or do I need that? Like, I granted, I don't know if, like, you know, listening to these things will help, you know, because you got to listen to your body, right? If you're not eating healthy, then you're not going to feel healthy. Like, so is there at some point, do you have to listen to your, like, is there like how do I phrase this? At some point, you have to listen to how you can. Oh, it's also, this game is like one of those games you can easily just turn your brain off. It's like, so kind of, it's just back-to-back missions of nothing to get me really invested into the story, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's much story to this.
Oh, I know there's story to it,
Maybe,
but it's
there's story to it, but it's nothing that like kind of gets me like Near Automata, right? Like that gets me. Like this one is like if you had to compare it to that one game, what was it? That you played? I didn't play it, but you did.
Sekiro.
Yeah, cause Sekiro, like whoa, that was, or maybe
I think
Ow.
Sekiro, like you can go really deep in the storyline, but you don't actually have to be completely invested in it. I think that's one thing that From Software does really well, is you can enjoy the gameplay without the storyline if you want to.
Maybe this is that kind of game.
Yeah.
Or maybe our conversation was so deep that I wasn't even paying attention to it. That's probably why. That's probably why. It one thing about a game that like gets me every time, because I was playing Cyberpunk. Move. I was playing Cyberpunk, and I was like, there's so much lore in that game, and what I was more interested in was the. You got to watch the Cyberpunk anime, by the way.
Oh, I did.
But I was more interested in the. You did?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh, it's really good.
I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't,
because like, you know,
I didn't have expectations of it either, but it turned out to be pretty damn good.
Now, like, Bookkeeper still doesn't consider that an anime, if that makes sense. Wait, is it an anime? Was it made in the United States or Japan?
Oh, I don't have
that kind of frame of reference.
Yeah, no, I don't really care where it's made,
because you know the Bookkeeper is like, hey, the world is too chaotic to be to be given. That was clean. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than I thought. Is that the world is too chaotic to have any right to create anime. The culture in Japan, that looks like the autumn a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the autumn, but smaller. The world doesn't have any right to, or the culture like that Japan has to create good anime. Because if the world had that kind of culture, not including what leads up to creating that kind of thing. If the world had the kind of culture that what the? Oh, I thought it was a cutscene.
Handler Walter,
The world doesn't have the kind of culture that that the Japan has. Because if it did, it would create something as good as anime. Because it's like so far, there's no other type of medium that's as good as anime. It's something different entirely. But if I had to pick between two mediums like cartoons to anime, it would be very hard. But I'd go with anime every time. So with that in mind, only Japan seems to be the only one who can really make that. But the problem is like for example, Netflix, right? Netflix is like, Netflix sees this, or other corporations around the world like see this, and they're trying to dip their hand in that anime cookie jar, but they're just going to destroy it like they did Marvel and DC. Like look at the state of Marvel and DC right now. Now look at
I kind of have to butt in there and say, like, there is bad anime in Japan. Like, there's some stuff that just does not meet the quality bar. Okay, same thing with there are other like monopolized art forms, right? So manga. There's some really low quality stuff as well. And I think yeah, the writing style has something to do with Japanese culture, and many of the story themes as well. But I'm not really somebody that's against styles of artwork moving.
Well, there's this
between cultures, if that makes any sense.
Well, the styles of artwork is fine. It's just like and it's the terminology of it. Like it's what was it? There's this what's it called? There's this one animation called Spice Garden, and people are calling it anime, but it's not. It's not anime, even though it looks like it. Like and it's like very westernized.
Well, what qualifies something to be
Like,
anime in your mind?
It has to be made in Japan, or
Why?
at least by the Japanese culture. Like it has to be made by Japanese culture. It's because it's like what is it? It's the so online. There's a lot of people like always get into arguments like what's considered cartoon and what's considered anime, and a lot of people were saying like anime is just like another word for cartoon, and it's not, because when you're looking for a cartoon, you're not looking for anime, and when you're looking for an anime, you're not looking for cartoon. Like these labels help people like dear I can't think of the word, like separate,
Delineate.
like these two mediums. Delineate.
Did you ever watch trying to think, Herbivorous Dragon?
No.
Alright. Have you ever watched any Chinese anime?
I think I seen one Chinese cartoon, but that's about it.
Chinese cartoon.
The issue, yeah, the issue is that it's dangerous to, it's way too dangerous to give anything outside the Japanese culture, anything outside the the Japanese culture, the dignity of being called an anime.
Why would that be dangerous?
Like have you seen what's going on with like the like Western culture? It's like
yeah, fine.
what is it,
listen, it's fine if a company or a studio in America wants to make an anime and it's terrible. I think I'm fine with that.
It immediately becomes a cartoon if a corporation that's not of the Japanese culture is, and reason why this, and normally no,
listen,
like
if quality is a barrier, then am I like, can we not call something like In Another World with My Smartphone an anime? Because it's definitely an anime and it's definitely shit.
well, yeah, that too. It's like what is it? Wow, this thing is strong. It's like oh, Isaac, thank you very much for the like from Facebook. It's like what is it? Like from a logical point of view, anything that looks like anime is anime, logically speaking. However, in an attempt to prevent from giving anyone an inch, you have to call anything that's not Japanese culture based an anime. Now, like a Cyberpunk, really good. It's amazing. I didn't think it was going to be that good. It's amazing. Like and I love it. Like love it. It still has to be called a cartoon, and it's painful to say that too.
Wait.
It's really
What studio was
it's
it
painful
made by?
to yeah, I think it was made by I think it was made by a Japanese studio. So what I just said was wrong. But like when it comes to other even decent like shows with that art style, it still has to be called a cartoon, because did we do it? No. It still has to be called a cartoon because of
Okay,
if you
so
give,
hold on.
if you give them
I gotta. because you're not moving anywhere with your
There we
argument
go.
that makes any sense. So I have to throw out another like thing here
Okay.
and see what you think about it.
Right, right.
Does this apply to other forms of media? Like, so let's say not even just forms of media, just like artwork in general. If I fold an origami crane, is it still origami or is it not because it's not Japanese?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Looks like my good for
With the argument for the anime, it's more of a, it's not a logical one. It's not a logical argument. It's more of a, I think it's more closer to spite than
Well, why be spiteful?
no, it's more close. It's closer to. I feel like the argument is more closer towards spite and fear, really, like fear, vulnerability, and just being straight, just scared of what could happen if you give
So
people the inch.
I will say I have to. Fear is never, ever a good thing to base any kind of long-standing argument off of.
That is probably very true, but because it's the argument is based more around fear, it becomes more anything like anything rational to try to like explain that away is thrown out the window. Like because it's like we've seen what we've seen.
Replace the fear with some kind of rationality, and if rationality dispels the initial impulse of fear, like fear is an impulse, you can't continue like logical decision making on top of it, which is why we reevaluate using rationality. So if rationality beats it, then
well, that makes sense, but it's kind of like it's I'm gonna use this for an example. It's like trying to win a war. Like well, a great way to win a war is, you know, sitting down and talk about it and just like, you know, hey, let's try to come to a reasonable. Like, nope, I'll just blow you up. Like, well, why don't you just, you know, we do it this way. This makes sense.
Lose war.
What?
Is to be afraid in any way.
It's like, let's say you had a baby, right? You had a baby, and you're seeing schools do things that you 100% do not agree with, like
okay, yeah. So
like, and you don't want your you don't want your baby to go there.
That initial response, which is it's close to fear, right? It's paying attention. Right. And with that, you recognize that there's something going wrong and that there's something that you don't like about the results of like sending your kid off to a school to be taught God knows what. But after that, that is a signal, right? Rip.
What the? You see that?
Yeah, you're getting hit with some kind of laser. After that initial biological or like subconscious signal, you gotta avoid that. I don't think you can.
I don't. Do you? So maybe so, and maybe
anyway. Okay, dodge. Yep,
got it.
Yeah. Okay. But like after that initial response of fear, because it's either fear or shock or attentiveness or some level of biological fairness that which says, hey, pay attention to this. You pay attention to it, and then you make some kind of a decision, which is like, okay, well, the logical decision of, okay, well, I'll homeschool. Or I'll, you know, make sure that I can afford a private school or something. You know, it's something like that. You have to move on from the initial impulse towards an actual enactable strategy.
I think it is possible for the world to be able to create anime, but probably at this current point in time, it's safe to not give the world an inch to allow them even the respect to create anime. Like even if it looks like a really good anime, if it's not created by, you know, the the culture surrounding that created Japan, then it's bad. Now, let's say an anime studio that's not based in like a Japan creates the anime. Like this is probably backtracking on what I said before, whatever I said, but perhaps perhaps it's as long as that studio inhabits what correctly what yeah, I gotta do it the last minute. Inhabits what inhabits that culture in some way. Oh yeah, maybe I just gotta get behind it. Inhabits that culture in some way, then it is immediately not anime. But then it see, the problem is it'll come down to a matter of opinion, and it we don't want that, because then you're giving them an inch as a way out. Like as a way out to like, because
opinion in this case, it's an identitarian argument that you're using.
Well, the reason why is because like we've seen what they're doing to it's like, why would you give, like, for example, right now Netflix is oh no I'm gonna use Crunchyroll for this, and like we don't like Crunchyroll, like because when Crunchyroll is garbage, but with because they got involved with that Broly thing that happened a while back. You don't watch Dragon Ball, so you don't really know, but the voice actor of Broly was accused of like a misconduct. So while that was but he was being accused, but he wasn't. He just got Me Too'd. He got Me Too'd, and Crunchyroll wasn't supposed to get involved with that, but they got involved with it anyway. And Crunchyroll has been known to censor a lot of things, a few things in anime. When it comes to anime, we don't approve of censorship whatsoever. But you normally get that mostly with when you put Western views on it. For example, the UN does not like anime. The UN does not like anime. And it has many times tried to run sanctions on Japan because of its media. Because of its media.
Really cares what the UN says at this point.
It's like, but they still have some type of power. Like, let's say a lot of anime studios say, hey, we can get a lot of money by creating. Do I have to get up there? We can make a lot of money by do I have to get over here? Okay, I gotta get over here. We could create a lot of money by creating anime for Netflix, but Netflix says, hey, we can't use that kind of content. You gotta kind of censor it up a little bit. There's the problem. There's the problem I have, because you've seen you see how, for example, Brazil, they have news anchors that are topless. That won't fly in the United States. That would not fly in the United States. And it's so Brazil is more likely to create a better anime, or something that would be considered anime, than United States. Even though United States Constitution, technically protects that kind of stuff. It just,
yeah, but saying that something is part of an artistic medium doesn't make any statements about the quality. That's the whole point of categorization, is that we don't make distinctions on quality.
I said,
in order to categorize
I actually said
them.
that it's it comes down to a type of view that's not that is not logical. This the view is not logical whatsoever. It's more of a I don't like you, and no matter how how much your stuff makes sense, I will fight against it to a T. Even if I have to die, fighting against it. And the only thing that protects that, oh really, up here too, the only thing that protects that is that there's really no right or wrong way to live like in a reality. In fact, we actually had that kind of conversation before about, you know, maybe the reality kind of made it that way, but I digress.
There is a meta.
But
right, there is a most effective way to live in reality.
what? Oh, I gotta go over there. Most effective way to live in reality.
Yeah, because there's right and wrong, and there's more effective ways to get to right.
Because of the... Oh, no. Okay, I'm good. I'm playing a platformer now, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's the whole argument that the Bookkeeper has is that when it comes down to anime, like we've seen what they've done to, like, you know, superheroes and comics and all that stuff. We've seen what it's been turned into, like, and now they want to do what they want to do. They sucked up like superheroes and milked it dry, and now they want to do the same thing. Really?
But I mean, your argument doesn't
sure
protect from that in any reasonable fashion.
It doesn't. It's like
so then, like how does that belief benefit you in any way?
It doesn't, like, because even at the end of the day, it's like it's an uphill battle, because if if the good news is that oh, I got a checkpoint. The only good news is that so far Japan has said countless times, like all the animated studios have said, hey, this is Japanese, we this is like a Japanese culture, like if like and Japanese culture is going to do what Japanese culture does with anime. We're not going to, like, you know, so there was a blog that the Bookkeeper wrote about I forgot, it's called not Buddy Cop, but it's kind of like that, but like these two, you know, like assassins adopt this girl, and when the series came out, people were up in arms about, oh, that little kid is too thick, like too thick backsides, and they were like, oh, of course, like, you know, Japanese, you know, perverts and all that, you know, stuff. And it was totally not that at all. Like, you don't want people like that. Ow. You don't want people like that having any type of, like, you know, say in how anime is created. Like, well, in all honesty, you don't really want people like that having any type of say in anything created.
Yeah, I mean,
for better or for worse.
That's a completely different argument, though. It's unrelated.
What? How? Because like what I said is
that's the anti.
Is that
argument in general, though? But like trying to tie the label of anime directly to product of Japanese culture doesn't do anything to shield against that kind of like censorship or quality degrade. That's the problem, is when you attach cultural context that's like undefined, especially mediums in particular, you gut out like a lot of the important qualities. Like, what exactly do you think happened to like comic books, superhero comic books, and like comic universe? It's not because like they're very attached to American culture. And what happened? Well, American culture got somehow redefined as modern audiences who want a certain thing, and then the medium itself was changed in order to appeal to that. Right? So that actually
it changed, but
the argument that you're making,
the change, and now
literally causes the problem.
It changed, and now yeah, because we was actually talking about that. Is that like what's it called? It's like a it's a type of
AP at 50%.
Oh, it's a type of gate something.
It's it's gatekeeping. But
Culture gatekeeping, because if you give if you gatekeep, the problem is while it's tempting to gatekeep anime, you don't want to gatekeep anime because you might lose your key to someone else that may not happen. So it's ideal to go that back and forth so
the problem is you don't want to gatekeep on nebulous attributes that nebulous or what's the word? Ambiguous, nebulous or ambiguous attributes, or attributes that aren't anchored in anything. So you want to gatekeep on things that are solidly definable, from a dialectic point of view of okay, I can use language or numbers or even visual input to explain what this thing is.
Welcome back, Cobra.
Yeah, welcome back.
Do you think there's here's a question for you then. What would be the best way to keep people, because for example, I want to point out that now anime and manga outsells comics, comics and everything. Back in the day, people didn't really care too much about anime and manga, but now people are a lot more. It's pretty good so far. It's one of those types of. Hold on. I'll answer that question in a second. Now back in the day, people didn't really care too much about. That's awesome. Care too much about anime and manga, but now people love it. Everybody and their grandmother love it. It's now cool to see somebody wearing a move. Now it's cool to see somebody wearing a Demon Slayer thing and stuff like that. But as it becomes more prevalent, you see more of these studios wanting to get a cut of that piece of that pie, which becomes problematic if can I really just no way want a piece of that pie, and then we'll dilute the what anime is. And if they dilute it, granted, you'll still have those diamond in the roughs, in all honesty, the variety will help create more, will add towards the culture of anime. So there's something to think about. But at the same time, the fear is that let's say some point in the future. Let's say some point in the future, and Japanese, right now, Japan's anime studios no, we're not going to bend to we're not going to bend to Western views on our anime. We're going to keep the fan service. We're going to keep all these things here and there. But let's say down the road you have a new generation who will get to that point where and now I'm gonna say this, but I'm also say where how it's could also be a good thing that it happens. But get to a point where Netflix is offering so much, they're foolish not to accept, say, hey, okay, if we cut down on the fan service, then we'll get more money from these Western studios and all that fun stuff. Then people were gonna hate it because but the upside to that is that it opens the door for other studios who know how to create that form of media. So it's a supply and demand kind of thing. So it's kind of like Walmart, right? Walmart, so a lot of Walmart is closing in certain areas, and people are upset. Well, some people are upset, but there are those opportunities. All right, now it's my chance to step into that void. So it's it's a good thing. It's a bad thing if you know how to work it.
So going back to the core of your argument is you don't want the medium of anime and manga to get corrupted by that are not of the same ethos at the very least, like things that are like they don't follow the same patterns or the things about it that you particularly think are good, just in general, right? That's the
Yeah, it's pretty much like people who already hate anime, would have no problem with taking anime and changing to something that they love, and then you hate. So it just changes up the game on you,
yeah, so
like the kind of thing.
it's a good start to an argument, and it's completely human.
Ah! Oh, sorry,
And
almost lost my
that's
cool
how,
there.
like that's how most beliefs begin to form about anything, right? But I think formation of what to think about what actual solution is completely off, right? So if you try to attach it to an identitarian point of view, tie it directly to Japanese culture, like as a product of Japanese culture, or like as a product, or whatever, however you want to find that. It's an identitarian argument that shifts with the culture and with the identities, which are constantly. So the more ideal way of gatekeeping a medium in order to
Now you've got the target in your sights.
within that idea, in that best possible good, is to define the attributes about it that make what it is, other than things that are mutable, things that will change, right? So if you look at the comic book industry, like what did we lose about it that made it terrible? So we don't have like really good, strong male characters. We don't have dark sides to heroes in ways that are actually deep. We don't have fair maidens in comic stories anymore. We have all of this new stuff, that these new tropes that don't really make any sense and aren't really inspiring to any degree. We have like fat superheroes. Nobody wants that, okay? So like defining those immutable characteristics of the media, as far as, hey, this is what actually makes this good, rather than saying, oh, it's Japanese culture. Well, if all of a sudden Japanese culture adopts some attributes, which, and they're already starting to do this, they're moving more and more towards certain censorship, and there are certain forms of censorship that have been around on the Japanese continent, imposed by the Japanese government for a while, that are incredibly below ideal. And
That's one of the reasons why I say like it's a here. Can you leave the call and jump back in?
Yeah.
I think I think it's staticky. I think this game is static in your microphone.
That's just my voice. My voice. My throat's dry.
That thing's about to blow.
Oh no, I can actually hear static. Your voice is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Made it by the skin of your teeth. Take a look, 621. A fitting end for something built to fail.
All right. Yeah, I gotta say, this is one of those games. So to answer your question, King Cobra, this game, it's hard to say if I like. Well, I don't hate it, because I have fun with a lot of games I'm playing, but it's hard to say because I'm actually talking with my best buddy, my brother from another mother, in the world. So, and we always have deep conversations. So I don't know what to think about it too much, because I'm having so much fun talking to him.
Honored to make your acquaintance. I understand you do realize.
But so far, it's not easy, but it's not hard enough that I have to stop talking and then play it and really focus.
You know,
I don't know.
In your chair.
Exactly. Like Call of Duty. When I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm off. I'm turning off my brain, which it was kind of hard to stream Call of Duty at the time. But now I don't play Call of Duty anymore. but yeah, for the about the anime argument though, it really like it falls under supply and demand. Like the less people who are making, the less people, like for example, the Bookkeeper wants to, you know, create anime one day and create manga and all these things. Like and while she personally like hates the idea of like, you know, anime becoming something that is not, like it on some level she does enjoy the idea that it leaves room or opportunity for her to fill that void, fill that void, because right now she doesn't want she doesn't want anime and manga to happen to be chewed up and spit out. Yeah, that I think that's it. She doesn't want it to be chewed up and spit out. Like and because of that, I could not giving these people an good God, not giving like, you know, those types of people an inch on the rights of anime, like is ideal. Now if Japan wants to go that route, like go that route with, you know, making like you know, censoring their stuff for the mighty dollar, then so be it. Like someone else will fill that void and it creates opportunity. Like let me get up in there.
I still think your argument's invalid, and you know I'm right.
Wait, what? What's the argument? Because I said that it's for better, it's both good and bad. But the argument of, you know, not giving them an inch is not a logical one. It's more of a spiteful one. So for example, it's like, hey, you should probably drink water because it's good for you. Like, yeah, but I'm not going to drink it because I don't like you and you're telling me to drink it, so I'm not going to drink that. The problem, so it makes no sense. It's more of a thing that doesn't make any sense.
Is that it doesn't actually benefit you at all.
It doesn't. But as long as I don't drink that water that someone else told me to drink, I feel happy, and my happiness comes first before anything else. Like, so it's like a
not meaningful.
It's not, but it's like a it's like if someone wanted to like you know, do drugs, and you told them that you shouldn't do drugs because it's not good for you. Like they said, well, you're beating a dead horse because I like doing drugs. Not me. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. I'm not a drug doer. I'm just using that as a reference.
But it's a bad reference because legitimately everybody would agree that
it is. That's true. But the answer to that is irrational, and you can't. You know, how would I do? Oh, there we go. Like the answer to that is irrational, and you can't, like, you know, solve that. It's either it's like a one of us must go, either you or me.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, you can actually use a rational, useful argument off of the same basis.
You're right. You're 100% right. You can use a rational argument. However, how do you use a rational argument against somebody who's plugging up their ears? Is that type of situation?
I'm trying to do right now. Like, you're ignoring the fact that there's plenty of reason to depart from the identitarian view of, like, oh, don't give him an inch. It's like, no. How about this? How about you give inches based off of the adherence to quality of work and the adherence to the medium of anime, right? Then if anything's going to do that, it makes a brilliant anime, you get to call it anime, right? And if Japan ever makes a shitty anime, you get to just call it a bad cartoon.
The only like a smack in the face. The only one that comes to close, no, because that is technically an anime. It's the well, first off, I do like what you just said. Like, if it's a bad anime, just call it a cartoon and be disrespectful towards it. But It's the even if you like go with the throw the whole argument of like, you know, given an inch, if you throw that out the door, like good God, heal. Even if you throw that throw that argument out the door of like you know, giving like your enemies an inch, like you still have the whole argument of well, whether they do it or not, is it's both like, you know, you can see it as it can be seen as a good thing and a bad thing. Like it's a bad thing because you're watching your favorite medium get tarnished. No, but it's a good thing. No, hold on. It's a bad thing because you feel like you're watching your favorite medium get tarnished, but it's also a good thing because you say, all right, well, you know, now it's time for me to, like, you know, fill in that void. So it's like, hey, all right, you get to that point where you just let it happen. Like, okay, fine, whatever, you're right. Only because I'm happy because now I get to create anime how I feel should be made, how I feel should be made. So it's like I don't agree with how I'm gonna use, like, you know, the Flash, right? I don't agree with how, I don't have no problem with the Flash, by the way. Like, I don't agree with how Flash is written. Like, I don't like it. Like, they change, like you know, Flash isn't what Flash used to be. But the upside to it is that now I get to make Flash how I want to be made, and regardless, I could make Flash how I want to be made anyway. So it really wouldn't matter. Like, so in other words, it comes down to like, all right, Noise, you're right, and I'm happy because I get the chance to watch. I get the chance to create something that I feel should be a certain way, kind of thing. So, like, yes, you're right, but I'm also happy, if, you know, that makes sense. Only because
it
like
doesn't make sense. It
makes it. No, I was saying that you're right and I'm happy. How does that not make sense? Like, because the end result is the, like, you know, the settling of the conversation. They say, yes, you're right. The inch part does not make any sense. Like whether I believe that or not, the inch part doesn't make any sense. So the end result is that, hey, fine. Like, let, you know, anime take its course, however it takes its course, for better or for worse, and like whoever's opinion of it. I'll be there to create it how it's supposed to be, be made. Kind of like how some people might not, like some anime studios, like, I don't like this new anime. I don't want to go back to the old anime where it's like, you know, not drawn with computers, but drawn with, like, you know, just straight
that's
paper.
A whole separate argument. That's probably a more interesting argument, to be fair, because I think we beat this one to death, by the way.
Yeah, I liked it though. It's pretty.
You challenged me. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, like, the CG? Because, like, what?
I don't like CGI in anime. But there are two anime that I like about it. I like that are in CGI.
So name those two.
I don't remember what they're called. I'm terrible with names. But I do recall
there's
two.
Three I'm thinking of, and I think these were ones that we were going to talk about on the podcast. So
we'll eventually
give brief thoughts on them, and then we'll kind of hash over them again later. But the three are Zom 100.
Yeah, that one's good.
We went over that. We went over that one.
Yeah.
The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses.
Oh yeah, okay. Is that CGI?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, it doesn't. And The Masterful Cat is depressed again today.
I seen half of episode 1, and that was pretty interesting.
So those are all, like, completely CG render.
Really?
Yes.
Wait.
My
Okay. Yes. Okay.
understanding,
Yes. It's like most of it is CGI, but some of it is just drawn, right?
I
That's what it looks like.
I believe like end cards are drawn, right? So portions of the ED, and then there's portions throughout that are drawn. And I believe, although I'm not entirely certain, I don't know the studio's processes, but like textures and stuff are drawn as well. In some, like in many cases, but yeah, no, it's those three are absolutely incredibly visually stunning from like the perspective of, you know, because there is still bad CG. Kamikatsu is a good example of like really bad CG, and I've also been recently watching through Ari Ferretta with another friend of mine, and that one has really bad CG in it.
What's that one anime that's CG mecha? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Probably
but there's like an
don't.
anime
I don't really
that has
watch
CG mecha.
many. I think maybe did Darling in the Franxx do CG?
Not sure.
I don't know. I think my take on CG in general is like, if it's a really shitty anime,
Right.
CG can be like just the icing on the cake, because I enjoy me a good trash fire. Like, there are some really bad anime that I just love the hell out of watching just because of how bad it was. And really bad CGI is just the icing on the cake for those. But if it's, you know, like, if it's a good quality production in general and then there's like some bad CGI in there, it's like, God, why do that? And I think a good example of that would be like Bofuri season 2. There's like
Bofuri?
Yeah.
It's a CGI, like, because I remember me and the Bookkeeper were like, you know, was talking about that, and it's a very, like, the future will probably be CGI, like anime and CGI and everything, or they may call it just 3D, whatever.
Yeah, I think CGI is a dead term, if I'm not mistaken. I just still use it. I don't even know what the I stands for, to be honest.
Ignorance, probably. No, I'm kidding.
Image,
But
yeah,
probably. It's probably going to go down that route, either because it's like easier to use or it's faster, maybe not easier but faster. I'm trying to cheese it, but I don't think I can. I think I gotta get close in person.
I don't think you have the range to cheese it.
No. Okay, let's see. They do not give you a way to get health packs either. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a FromSoft game.
Let me see if I can get around. But so anime will be you know, probably made like that in the future. But there are going to be those few holdouts who's going to try to create what the
Getting blasted by everything.
will we try?
Bro.
I know, I might be able to get. What is this? Video record last words. Okay. But there are going to be like those few holdouts who are like, who say, "Oh, I don't like the new style of anime. I'm gonna create the old version. Like, no matter how much it takes," and they'll do it out of spite, like for whatever reason. Like kind of like some people, like, let's say they have clean energy, right? And you can just drive your car with this clean energy, and it's a lot cheaper too. There are some people who will straight up refuse refused to use that clean energy, either because the creator of the clean energy, Elon Musk, is like, and they don't like him, or because they just love gas guzzlers. And for better or for worse, people will do that. In the future, anime is going to be created a certain way, whether CGI or politically correct or what have you. For example, the studio, the Bookkeeper's library, has a strict no censorship policy. If there's any form of censorship, she does not support it, and she'll just did not like it. Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll censored some stuff, so now Crunchyroll is dead to us. But in the future, let's say censorship becomes more prevalent. Well, that leaves room for our studio to be one of those last holdouts and say, we do not censor whatsoever. And so if you want real grungy content, then you come to us, and it allows us to be one of the very last few to actually do it.
Speaking of old styles of anime, I did recently start watching Inuyasha.
Oh, you're in for a world of fun with that one. Ow!
You got your fucking teeth kicked in there, bro.
I went in for the slice, missed, get shot in the face.
That was glorious.
But yeah,
they got the instant replay on the stream too.
They have that they have a new season that they came out with that. So after you're done, you get to watch okay, you just gotta watch it. Watch Inuyasha. I didn't really watch Inuyasha, but it's a part of the anime culture that I think you will really appreciate, and you're very lucky because now you get to enjoy it in 2023. Man, what's your thoughts on it, by the way, so far?
I do like the way that the main character is kind of put together. That kind of cocky bastard type deal. It's the same thing. Have you seen Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy?
That sounds so familiar, but I don't think so.
But so the central character cast is basically just a single alpha male type dude, a love interest that is really not interested generally, but conflicted, and the character interactions that you can string together with that kind of dynamic are just hilarious. The way that it can vary back and forth.
Take care of the Baus Tetrapod MT 621.
Freaking sniper guns.
Yeah, maybe don't walk down the middle of the road.
I didn't. I thought they would not. I don't know why that I thought they wouldn't notice me.
Yep. Enemy fire deals less damage when you move out of the way.
Apparently. Yeah, I am. What anime am I watching right now? What I need to. So I'm not caught up on Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer is so good.
It is. It's really good. What other? I'm not really watching too many anime right now. I'm literally not. This is the best way to go about them. They apparently don't know how to look right or left. I don't necessarily need to take out this line. But I do get money from it.
And explosions
But,
are cool, so.
Yeah, exactly. I want to take these guys out because if I'm trying to fight that boss, they'll be out of the way. And I don't have to get worried about getting shot. Alright, there's like another wall, but I don't think I need to attack that other wall. I can just do it from here. Alright. I'm glad I don't get like, you know, hurt from explosion damage, like from afar. Okay, I think I might be able to cheese it from here, maybe? Nope.
Fight it properly, you pussy.
Let me see. It does not want me to get up close. It does not want me to get close. Good God. Hmm. Did I just run into it?
I think so.
Yeah, you know what, even though I haven't played like Call of Duty and I've like been itching to play it for like a while, I do feel like I don't know, I feel happier for two reasons. One is I feel less, I'm not the stressed and out type, but I feel less annoyed. I can't get up there. I feel less annoyed, and you know, I feel like I've been having a lot more fun playing just random games. Because what? Call of Duty is just a one-trick pony, right? Like at some point, you're playing the same thing, like Madden, right?
I don't know. I've never played Madden because I'm an adult.
I haven't played Madden in like 10,000 years. There we go. Nah, I gotta knife him. I mean, I gotta sword him if I can just get up in personal, but I just gotta keep dodging to like from side to side.
Solution: play better.
You're not wrong. Oh snap!
That drives my sister crazy.
What?
Whenever I say play better.
Oh really?
Yeah, 'cause she's been playing League as well. She's like
I wanna play League.
significantly lower ranked. She's also playing like a different role, and every now and again I'm just like, hey, play better.
Play
please.
better. That's funny. My that's funny because a childhood friend of mine would say that to his little brother, and he would get so mad. It doesn't work for me.
It's such worthless advice is the thing. It's like, yeah, play better. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, play better.
You know?
I mean, I am like, you know, like the top player of this game. I know it just been out, but you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm like really good at it. Yeah.
I mean, every now and again, I have to play into your delusions just to see how far they go.
Thank you. You know, I'm also an astronaut, right? Yeah. Like, yep. Let's see. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get up
Just
close
because
and knife
you
him. That's
exposed
the
yourself to a vacuum does not make you an astronaut.
Just because you got into like a vacuum tank doesn't make you an astronaut. In fact, it makes you nearly dead. Gotcha.
This thing deals way more damage up close than you do.
Yeah, it's not
You're gonna have to like kite him back and forth.
he's the toughest enemy. Maybe the issue is that destroy the city Gatling cannon. Wait, I have to destroy something else. Wait, no, that's it. That's what I got to destroy. But
I think that the tetrapod is what you're fighting.
yeah, but it's like so tough. It's like my weapons don't do nothing, and I feel like my weapons do nothing because I haven't been buying anything.
You're only on like the 3rd mission though.
No, while we were talking, I've been like starting one mission after the next. Wall hacks.
Right shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Look at that. I'm so smooth. Like I don't know why, but yeah, I think I have to buy something, but I think we can call it. I think the issue is that I have to buy stuff, but what I've been doing is just starting one mission after the next. How many missions have I done? Let me see. Let's see. Let's see here. AC data. No. Replay mission. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did 7 missions.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no wonder why I can't touch them, because I have not been buying anything.
Gotta upgrade your gear.
Yeah. But see, when it comes to customization, customization, you spend a long time, a real long time, like you just like doing nothing. And after I'm done with this stream, I'm going to go watch one of my favorite content creators. Like I'll play this, and I bet you, for some reason I feel like. For some reason, I feel like they haven't even got any. You know what? Let's go to the shop. I want to play this a little bit more. If you're still down, you got something to do?
No, I'm still down.
Okay.
I got like 45 minutes. I'm probably gonna go to sleep after that.
All right, cool. Let's look at the shop, see what we got going on. Because I feel like a lot of content creators, like what they're like, especially streamers, what they'll do is not do the game. Oh, look at all these weapons. Is that a sniper rifle? Let's see. Is that a blade? No, that's just a sniper rifle. All right. Or yeah, I can get another one. What they'll do is just like, you know, do like a lot of side stuff. Pretty much how I play when I'm playing, like, you know, Fallout. When I'm playing Fallout, I'm just doing a lot of stuff that isn't the main mission, because I'm not trying to beat the game. But that, I mean, that's technically just Fallout, though.
It's like my first playthrough of the main story of Lost Ark. It's just like every single side mission, all of them. Every yellow exclamation mark that I saw, I was like, I am going there, and I'm going to do whatever stupid little side mission that's available there.
You see this right here? Like that, like if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see AP. Like you see that little line of where my AP is right now. Like so, 2,780. But if I get this, 4,100. I'm 4,100. Like that, yeah. I've been playing on like for the past few missions. I just been playing on like hardcore mode. Apparently, look at all this stuff. I don't necessarily need more health. I need more attack power. That's what I need, because I think I've got it. I feel like I got it down packed when it comes to, like, you know, avoiding too much damage. I feel pretty good about it. Like
Unless you have to avoid damage for extended periods of time. In which case you just gotta get as much damage as possible.
all of a sudden your voice is breaking up. Let me try something. Okay, say something. Oh yeah, that's on your end.
Wonderful. I'm gonna just
leave and come back.
reset my mic.
All right. Let's see. What kind of laser? A laser cannon. Damage. I need a. I want that chess piece so bad.
Reset
If I got
the
any
cloud
more
lifter.
money left. What's that?
Can you hear me?
I can, but dang, it's like buzzing out. Here, let me.
I feel like that's probably my audio interface, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, if I can use that for more speed. That's yeah. If I just need more attack. That's literally what I need, because I don't necessarily need more ammunition, because I feel like I was actually running out of ammunition. Because I kept getting a notification saying, "Hey, you're running out of ammo." So if I can just, say something else.
Yes.
Ooh. It seems like it's kind of breaking up still. I wonder why. Let me see. There it is. It sounds better.
I think it's.
Oh no, it's breaking up bad. I wonder why. But yeah, I guess we can call it quits for now. Maybe next time it'll work again. It's probably around that time of day. What was that?
I think it's just my audio interface. I think the Scarlet Focusrite 2 and it pretty consistently every now and again give up.
Yeah, that's weird. I could barely make out what you're saying. Yeah, it's just real bad. Let's see. But yeah, we could call it here.
Right.
Alrighty then. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get on home. I think I'm done. Where is it? Alrighty. You know, we learned quite a bit. Today. Was that talked about anime and how anime will change in the future, for better or for worse, like everything else. But the upside to that is that you get to have the opportunity to create what you know and love about it, whether it's a good Spider-Man or a bad Spider-Man. And I learned that I might play this game one more time. Probably a little bit, probably a few missions, because there's not really too much holding me into it. But it's a good one. I had fun. And it's not too sweaty either. It's not. Maybe if I played it like a little bit more, I'll probably get sweaty. But I think the next game I want to play is I want to play that spooky game, that horror game. I forgot what it was called, but I really want to save that for Halloween, because to be honest, there aren't too many scary games out there. There aren't. But it's still just one of those games that it doesn't entrap me like how Cyberpunk did. Like it doesn't. Cyberpunk is just that kind of game, or Fallout is just that kind of game. But anyway, I had a good time. I love you. Have a good night.
Night, bro.